Before we jump right into it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We need all of the comments, and I mean all of the comments, all of the subscriptions. Subscribe. The subscribe button is down below. Some people don't even know how to hit it. So just right below, just go ahead, click it, click it, click subscribe. Okay, we're going to redo that. Before we jump right into our episode of Filmatic, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We need it all. We need all of the comments, all of the likes, all of the subscriptions. I don't know how to even say it, but it's right down below. Go ahead and click the button, subscribe. And as always, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Filmatic. I am your host, the Film Doctor. Bop, 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 bop.
Little BB guns.
Okay, that's because I didn't want to have to pull out the real guns. What are you doing? What is this?
And
oh,
film.
Stop.
So.
Oh, I don't have.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we're still doing. Okay.
And we are back in the operating room with a cold film to dissect. Those who wish me bored. Oh, excuse me. Those who wish me dead. Coming to us from HBO Max.
Hey.
And HBO. You know what to do.
Go ahead and hit us with that sponsorship. And as always, let's jump right into our film review. Well, here's the thing. I have seen even people online say, oh, this movie was terrible, blah, blah, blah. And even just from talking to you and you saying cold movie review, I can tell that you don't like it. I will say it's not grade A caliber movie, but to down it and say it's not worth watching. I mean, I enjoyed to watch it, but
it's worth watching if it's free.
I mean, I paid for a lot of other movies that were garbo. The thing that I will say in terms of bads, first of all, I do like the kid and his acting. Angelina Jolie, she was all right and everything, but I think that it took too long to get to the meat of the story. There was too much beginning. It almost felt like it was an hour of, setup. To get you to the point of the actual
hour and 30 minutes of setup. Yes.
It wasn't an hour. I would say maybe an hour of setup. And I thought it was going to happen really quickly, like the father's going to die. But I asked myself, was all that needed? Did they need to kind of talk about that story to kind of, hint towards what is the kid running from? How are we going to salvage this with his father being killed? Who is the one that are chasing? Who are the people that are chasing him, and why? That was probably needed. I don't know, but to me, it just took a long time to get to it. And the action, some things were unbelievable. Okay, she's gonna fight. She's gonna fight him with a pickaxe or whatever the hell that is, versus he has a gun and he's gonna switch 2 clips, and all she's hiding behind is a skinny ass little tree. She's gonna jump out of the tower and survive. She was able to grab this rope. I mean, maybe it's because I'm clumsy. I'd have missed that rope and just fell to my death. There was things that were just a little unbelievable. But in the same point, it's an action movie. Most action movies are supposed to be a little unbelievable. But those are kind of my gripes about it. I can't really say anything about acting or the story. The story was very generic. There's nothing special about the story. Like, oh my God, they really went to town to find something unique to talk about. The only difference is that instead of it's a cop, it's a firefighter. What did the fires inside of the forest
have to do with anything?
They really didn't even need a firefighter. They could have just had any Joe Schmo that's just in a watchtower that works in a watchtower, and we don't even need to know that they were a firefighter or anything, and we don't need to know that there's fire. How is the fire moving so rapidly through the forest? I mean, I've had plenty of bonfires, and I see fire don't move fast. I mean, this fire was made out of Usain Bolt's blood. I don't understand how it's moving so fast. Like I said, there's a lot of different.
You're not gonna talk about the lightning hitting the ground constantly and her getting hit with lightning.
The lightning. Okay. I've seen quite a few storms. I don't think they're attracted to humans. And even if it did, like, okay, it missed her by an inch and she survived, but she was acting fatigued, like she got hit. Like, what was she fatigued from? Falling? Why do they need to run separately every 20 yards? I'm not good at science. Maybe there's some science behind it that prevents, maybe so that they don't get hit together. I don't really know, but I don't understand.
Also, you shouldn't lay on the ground when the lightning's hitting the ground because it can still electrocute you.
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot to take in. And when I say all of these hateful things out loud, and I don't have a lot of good things to say outside of the fact that I did enjoy watching it, though. It was something that I still was like, oh, this is pretty cool just to watch it. And,
Well, the quality of movies, I'm going to be honest, this year have not been...
And HBO Max, I think HBO Max was just it makes me worried for Matrix 4 that's supposed to be released on HBO Max, because I'm like, bro, is that going to be another shitty one? Like, HBO Max just picked up all the shitty movies and we're like, you know what? Just to give people at home something to watch, we'll put all the good ones in theaters and we'll put all the ones we know are going to be shitty, but maybe they're looking forward to it, so they're going to buy HBO Max and we'll get our money somehow. I don't really know. To give this movie an overall rating, because I think that's the highlight, and like I said, it's not inside the A caliber. And I'm really even starting to think B is a little unacceptable.
It's a little outrageous.
I'm gonna say C+. That's what I'm gonna go with, because we've seen worse. And to put it inside of average category, I think it's good. To say that there are things that could have helped that I still was entertained, I could hypothetically give it a C, but I'm not going to be that much of an asshole, because like I said, I like the boy. The boy was pretty funny. Well, he added jokes and humor to it. C+.
I like to do that. This movie.
This movie. So when this movie came on, stuff just started happening. I had to rewind 10 or 15 times to figure out what the hell is going on. I'm like, I'm watching and I keep rewinding it. He's like, why do you keep rewinding? I'm like, because I don't understand what's happening right now. Angelina Jolie, halfway throughout this movie, turned into Lara Croft Tomb Raider. I guess she was playing that role again. This movie made zero sense, first of all. Let's start there with the story. The story, terrible. Terrible. The story was terrible. So I will say this. The main villain, I don't know his name, but I know the actor, and he plays a villain in a lot of movies. He was great. He does what he does. I don't know if he's typecasted in Hollywood or whatever, but he knows how to play a villain really well. The guy who was like his partner, I'm like, we can do without you. You ain't killing it. I get Connor, I think it was his name or something like that. We can do without you. The sheriff.
The guy's name is Aidan Gillen, who plays the white main guy out of the two, the military guy and the other one. Unless we're going based on Tyler Perry, who is a different role.
And why is Tyler Perry in this movie? It's
a different role.
Why?
I think he was fitting. Other guy who plays the villain, not the villain, but the police officer, John Bernthal. He also played the Punisher. And the little boy's name was Finn Little. So
yeah, the boy was the best actor out of everybody, but Tyler Perry was in this movie for like a hot 10 seconds. And again, that was one of the moments where I looked at the screen. I wasn't paying attention. I'm like, why is Tyler Perry here? So
can we talk about the black chick, Medina Singhor, who played Allison, the wife of the guy? I thought that she also did well with acting too, and she was pretty badass for somebody that was 6 months pregnant.
Yeah.
I liked her character.
Well, she's a
and I liked her
survival specialist.
The
so-
survival specialist.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Her and the boy did a really good job. Everybody else, and the guy who played the main villain, he was pretty good. And yeah, Tyler Perry shows up in this movie for like a hot 15 seconds and then disappears, and we never see him again. So yeah, the story made zero sense. And just because she's like a smokestack jumper doesn't mean she's like this world famous like Daredevil. You know, it's just so many things that don't make sense. The lightning hitting the ground constantly, that didn't make sense. Her surviving the fall from that tower that looks like it's 100 feet up because she grabbed the rope, but she still fell on her back.
How did people, especially the pregnant chick, it's like she got up there with no problems at 6 months pregnant. Everybody was just appearing up in that tower. I'm like, that takes a minute to climb. You gonna be winded. You pregnant? Like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, and see, you gave this movie a C+. Like all
right. C. I'm gonna go down to a C, but I just feel like the closer I get to a D, it wasn't a D kind of movie.
It's not a D movie, but it's not good. There's so many plot holes and things in this movie where you just stop and you look and you say, what are they doing? And then the fire. The fire is crazy. First of all, they go into it and she's like, oh, you can't go this way. You can't go into the fire.
A cheetah couldn't outrun that fire.
You can't go into the fire, so let's turn back. But the fire was super close to them by how far they were going. And then they got back in like 30 minutes? So how the hell if the fire moving so fast, why is it not at the tower already?
If they could have already gotten into the creek, why couldn't they do that the first time? They're going back and forth and back and forth.
Again, things
don't
that
have me drink out of the same cup as you with the haterade.
These stitches don't make nothing in this movie makes sense. Angelina Jolie, I feel like they wanted to do like an action kind of caring movie with her, but they could have did something else, man. Because this was not it. This movie. I'm so serious.
You know, she did Salt, and Salt, I was just like, this is gonna be some bullshit, and I liked Salt.
They could have made us. I love Salt. They could have made a second one of those. I would have preferred that.
Be good.
But I love Salt. Salt.
I stayed hopeful after, because I think that was probably one of her last biggest action movies that she released, and so I was very hopeful for this. But you know, it just wasn't that same caliber. Salt was good because of the story. That was a really good story. The action was really well. And you know, to be a firefighter, all of a sudden she would train with Jackie Chan. Like, why is she fighting people? They don't teach firefighters how to fight.
And then her winning with the pickaxe. I mean, I guess I get the ending. That kind of made sense, but her fighting with a pickaxe and he got a gun. And it's not like he's some regular Joe Smo. This man is a trained killer. He didn't kill like 10 people already. C-. I'm sorry, C-. C-.
That's cold-blooded.
It's C-. No, it's the truth.
I went down to a C. It's not worth a C-, but I will give it a
This movie is a C-. It didn't make any sense. If you just want to get into a movie, don't come into this.
Do not listen to him. He has no clue what he's talking about. He's disturbed.
People, look into my eyes.
Look into my eyes.
Look in my eyes.
When I'm telling, do I need to get closer for you guys to see? He does not know what it's a C. Nothing lower, nothing higher. All right, there we go.
C-, folks. And to be honest with you, if you want a movie where you could turn your brain up, this was like background. That's why I called it Those Who Wish Me Bored, because you got to do too much thinking. This movie, if you're gonna watch this, come into it. Just turn. Action movies are supposed to have disbelief, but not this much disbelief. The whole thing is not makes sense. So when you come into this film, do me a favor. Go ahead.
What do we give Vanguard?
I hope we gave it a C because Vanguard was not good.
If you gave it a C and you giving this a C-, I'm gonna be pissed because
Vanguard was worse than this movie, but
I'm about to watch it back.
I don't remember exactly.
what we gave Vanguard. So we'll have to see, but we'll have to go back and watch. But yeah, this just turn your mind off. Don't even think about anything. Just turn this movie on and just watch what happens on the screen. We got people jumping from trucks with parachutes. Like, we just got people just doing stuff in this movie that don't make no sense. So yeah, those who wish me bored. That's my review. C-.
Well, people, like we always say, you can listen to our review, but you should always definitely check it out for yourself and see if what we're saying is accurate. That's what makes us different here on Filmatic. Everybody else kind of gives it from their perspective, but we do kind of delve into the different things that make a movie good. So, and we want to be that trusted source, somebody that you can come to and say, you know what, they were spot on with their review. So watch the movie, check it out, tell us what you guys think. If it goes to a B, if it goes to a D, let us know if we're right, if we're wrong.
Yeah, let me know if it's a D. I'll drop my grade.
To a D, or does it need to be middle?
I'll drop my grade. Don't worry.
So that's all that we have for you guys today. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, tie a little note to a picture's leg, send it on display, put a little message inside of a bottle, throw it into our shorts, type it inside of the comments and let us know what you guys think. And as always, this has been another exciting episode of Filmatic.